We have another dance team from Estill County coming on in just a little while. While we're repositioning the microphones and getting the next group up, I wanted to just say that the next act, Mr. Bert Layne and Eddie Moore, is really a great thing. I'm going to have Asa Martin introduce them, Mr. Layne, but I wanted to mention that Bert Layne is connected to a famous string band, an early string band called the Skillet Lickers. Actually, Mr. McMitchen, Clayton McMitchen, who founded the original band called the Skillet Band, he called it that because it was hard times. The times were so hard that you had to lick the skillet, you know, to get along. Well, the late Clayton McMitchen's widow, Mrs. McMitchen, and his daughter, Mrs. Lynch, are here, and I want them to stand up so you can see them. Mr. McMitchen was national fiddle champion between 1934 and 1949. He is one of the great fiddlers of all time, but we have another great fiddler here, Mr. McMitchen's brother-in-law, Mr. Bert Layne. I'm going to let Asa Martin, who's going to play with him, introduce him because he played with these fellows and knew them well.
Thank you very much, Lowell. Thank you very much. And it certainly is a pleasure indeed to introduce my old friend. Come right on out here, Bert Layne. And folks, give him a big hand. I mean a big hand. Yes, sir.
Howdy, folks, howdy. I'm sure glad to be here and see all these good-looking people. I don't think I ever saw so many good-looking women in my life.
That's the truth, Bert.
I didn't know that. They look like they just got back from winning the Miss America contest, don't they?
Well, yes.
Yes, sir, and I want to tell them that I never saw as many fiddlers as there is back there. There's more of them than there is liars at the Watergate, I'm telling you. Come on,
Bert.
Eddie here.
I believe we have...
well, that's my good friend, AC here.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, boy, me and him used to really get out and step around there.
Absolutely,
yeah, I
Bert,
can remember when we carried that small belly to knock the gals off, you know. Yeah,
oh,
Lord.
man.
I'm telling you.
And you remember when we cooked the chicken to the side of the road with old Fiddle and John Carson and all that? We won't tell all of that,
yes,
but go right ahead.
Yeah, Eddie, you all ready? Come
Well,
on. Sit down there, boy, and get that guitar. This is Eddie Moore here, ladies and gentlemen.
How you doing?
In fact, Eddie is raised down in this part of the country, I sort of pulled up anyway, and I think maybe some of his folks is here. And you know, Eddie, I'd like to say, of course, I'm of the old Skillet Lickers who made the first hillbilly records ever made, you know. Clayton McMitchen, one of the world's greatest fiddle players.
Certainly was.
And old Riley Puckett and the other boys was all doing their part. And I'd like to say that Clayton's wife and my wife were sisters. My wife passed away a couple of years ago. But Clayton's wife is here and her daughter. I believe they're sitting back there. Daisy, I wish you'd kind of raise up there or something, if you will.
Daisy?
Yeah, she's a fine-looking woman.
Sitting right there,
And,
Robert.
let's see, where is that?
You're up there.
Down here?
Right there, Bert.
I can't see very good here lately. I can't hardly tell a good-looking woman from a bad one. I have to feel. And anyway, my son, he's here too, and Margie and Junior, and they've got a boy, Bobby, 13, and a couple of twins there, curly-headed ones. I'm telling you, boy, they couldn't get another one on their head there. They're really something. Where are you all at there? Can you see them?
Standing right out there, Uncle Bert. We got the most
they're
beautiful...
up to Cleveland, Tennessee. Come all the way to get to see all the people here in this good old Kentucky town here. Well, we're going to try to play a little piece here. And Eddie, will you sing a little Alabama Gal, ain't you? Coming out with Kentucky town tonight again.
We'll try it, Uncle Bert.
It sounds G there a little, Eddie, or something like that. I better get here in front of this thing so they can hear me.
I
I'll
suppose
tell you, I'm sort of bashful. I don't talk very much. When I was coming in there was some woman said I was kind of bashful, And she said, bashful nothing. She said you couldn't back him off with a double-barreled shotgun from a good-looking woman.
What about that joke that we were,
huh?
you told me that you were going to tell all the people
Well,
down here at Berea
want to play a
College?
tune first or not?
Well, you might as
I'll
well
tell you, I
tell
will.
that
There's a lot of people, you know, that wants to know where your uncle's fiddled, or if or if your dad or if this and that and t'other fiddled. Well, I'll tell you, I had an old uncle that he was quite a fiddler. Well, he fiddled around the ladies about as much as he did his fiddle. But I never will forget out there on the farm, he finally got old and couldn't farm much anymore. He'd take a walk down the road about a quarter of a mile every morning. Well, he walked down there, and there's a fine-looking widow lady lived down there right at the end of the walk. And he said, good morning, good morning. She said, how do you do? Kind of give him a sort of a widow woman inviting smile, And so she said, I'm just making a hot pot of coffee. Will you come in and have a cup? Oh, yes, sure, he said he would. He said, he talked a little, and the next morning he come again. She made their business to be out there taking care of the flowers. So, good morning, good morning. She said, well, I'm making a hot pot of coffee. Went in again. And so he went on back. Well, Aunt Surrey, his wife, began to get a little sort of suspicious, sort of worried about the thing, And she says, I guess she's giving you a little extra sugar for your coffee. And he said, well, now, he said, it shouldn't worry you. Said, you ain't had no sugar, said, in your bowl for 40 years. And she says, no, and you ain't had no pepper in your shaker for 40 years.
How about that old Alabama gal? I believe that's
Wouldn't you just know it, Uncle Bert?
Hear this right here?
Uncle Bert, go ahead and play. I just broke a E string, a brand new string on the guitar. It
Well, I'll
happens.
tell you what I'll do. I'll let you have mine. We'll play this, and I'll let you have
Go
mine.
right ahead. Go right ahead, AC.
I guess I
Hang
better
in
get
there.
real fast then.
Oh, we'll try
You sing
that.
it, Eddie.
I'll try, Uncle Bert. Alabama girl, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight, come out tonight. Alabama girl, won't you come out tonight? We'll dance by the light of the moon. Woo! Go on, man. Play that fiddle, boy. Alabama gal, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight, come out tonight. Alabama gal, won't you come out tonight? We'll dance by the light of the moon. All right.
Well, I guess, Eddie, maybe I better tell them, nowadays, you just never know what's going to happen next. I'll tell you, of course, an old fella and kind of bashful like me anyway. And sir, the funniest thing, I know you all heard about these people streaking, they call it, going around with no clothes on or something like that. Well, of course, it embarrassed me anything, I don't see how they figure on stand such a thing. Well, sir, there's an old lady who lives up above me there. She's about 65 or 70 years old. And sir, I was standing out there at the gate, kind of watching the traffic, and you know that she walked up there without a stitch of clothes on, and I said, oh my God, I said, what in the world? I said, well, out here with no clothes on? She said, this is my birthday suit. And I said, it's kind of old and wrinkled, but if you come upstairs, we'll try to press it for you.
Well, okay, let's do a little of that, Bert.
You all ready there?
Yeah,
I'd wait, I'm from too bad. I'd wait, I'm from too bad. I'd wait. Play it, Uncle Bert. I'd Ridge came to town, riding Billy Goat, leading the hound. I'd Rid, I'm plump too bad. I'd Rid, I'm plump too bad. I'd Rid. Woo! That fiddle, man, get on it.
You want to do your own talking on that or not? Or can you do it with your sing vote? Or you want to
Now, Bert?
You want to hit the guitar?
Don't you think we'd better have Eddie sing a song rather than have this?
Yeah,
melody
Eddie
up our
wants to
mind
sing
off
a song
and
here
keep
by
talking
himself
things?
there.
All right.
You know,
You want to take his guitar, Eddie?
yeah, I'll have to, Uncle Bert.
Eddie broke a string here on his guitar.
You know,
Of course,
you
he's-
spend a lot of money for instruments. I know you college kids do because I've been in the business a long time, and I know when they come in the music store, they go all out for the best. Well, I went out for the best. This is an old Gibson guitar. Got a beautiful tone to it and everything. So I had to have a new bridge put on it. And wouldn't you just know it, the guy that put the bridge on it
Yeah,
didn't
we
get
need
the
to take
peg
that
down
back
in
in
there, and the
and take
string
it.
slipped out.
Yeah.
So I have to apologize for my man who fixed the guitar for me.
Well, we all have them problems, Eddie, and now folks give Eddie Moore a real big hand. And
I certainly want to thank all of you good folks there. As I say, I'll be 85 years old the 14th of next month there, and I just glad and thank the good Lord to get around as good to do and everything. But I want to thank you and remember again that we were the old Skelly Lickers and made the first records, and some of you now, you might like to get a hold of some of them, and they're putting 6 on the side of these late albums of old Skelly Lickers, and Clayton McMitchen, Riley, and myself, and all the boys there, and they're by the Columbia Phonograph Company, and if you go to the music store, you probably can get in touch with them and get it. Thank you again.
Uncle Bert Layne. All right.
a big hand for Bert Layne.
Now, if Professor Jones is in the building yet and standing up, I would like for Professor Jones to come out here. I'd like to talk to him for just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, I think he's done a beautiful job down here the past 2 days, don't you? Professor Jones. Professor Jones, it's my pleasure to be here at Berea College. I'm an old Kentucky boy, but I've been up in Ohio for about 30 years, but I still feel at home out here with all you people. Uncle Bert Layne, he's kind of a modest fellow, you know, and I've known him. I worked with him 30 years ago. I'm only 39 and holding myself. I've got it here somewhere, Professor. I knew I shouldn't have put too many brochures.
Professor thing sounds pretty good.
Hey, how do you, I call my professor Prof. What do you call him down here? Mr. Jones, how does that sound?
Fine.
Uncle Bert Layne, just recently, he's written a lot of songs. Him and Clayton McMitchen. When I was a little boy, I've got 10 minutes, haven't I? 5 more minutes, something like that. When Clayton McMitchen and the Georgia Wildcats were the greatest, they are the greatest bunch of musicians I've ever heard. And my father, he knew them, heard of them, and bought their records. It was a boyhood dream of mine to meet Clayton McMitchen and Bert Layne. Well, I had that dream to come true one night. Uncle Bert Layne, myself, and another gentleman who's deceased, Jimmy Estes. We were working at the Gay 90s nightclub, which now you can cut that out because that's commercial, you know. We were working at a nightclub. Well, Clayton McMitchen came down to visit, and my first time to meet Mrs. McMitchen. It's a pleasure. I salute you. God love you. It was a boyhood dream of mine to meet one of the great fiddle players of all time. To my estimation, Mr. Clayton McMitchen. I had the pleasure of working with him. I had the most wonderful time I ever had in my life playing. So here's a song that Uncle Bert Layne wrote just recently, and I would like to sing it for Uncle Bert. Professor Jones would like to present this to you. If you had your life to do over, the title of it would you do the same things again? Professor Jones, keep that.
Thank you very much, and thank you, Uncle Bert. Appreciate it. Thank you.
If you had your life to live over, would you do the same things again? Would you stroll down Lover's Lane with that same little dame? Would you do the same things again? Would you hold in your arms the same loving charms? Would you wish that you made a change? If you had your life to live over, would you do the same things again? Uncle Bert, if you had your life to live over, would you do the same things again? Would you stroll down Lover's Lane with that same little dame? Would you do the same things again? Uncle Bert Layne. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I stole this line from Paul Dixon, who's a great big star down in Cincinnati. You know, I've been working in Middletown, Ohio, and to all the Simpsons down here around Rockcastle County, I want to say hello from their son, who is my boss, Mr. Beckham Simpson, from Copper Creek, Kentucky. A lot of you people might know where Copper Creek's at from around here, around here in Rockcastle County. And I've been working for Uncle Bert, got Bert Layne on my mind yet, for Mr. Beck Simpson for the past 9 years in one spot. Entertaining. I got a 4-piece group. Of course, we play electric guitars and rock and roll, and we just mix it all up. But this is my dish right here. And I'd like to thank Mr. John Layne, who gave me my first opportunity to appear before an audience in the old Renfro Valley barn down here. I will always cherish that. And it's been a lot of fun. I'd like to play another, can I play another little number for you here? This is I don't want to take up too much time here, and but I'm going to be out all night anyhow, so Mr. Jones got us all fixed up with a motel, and well, I have my wife and my sister and my brother, Scotty Moore from down East Bernstadt, London, Kentucky. Him and his wife, my little nephew, they're down here. My mother, she's 82 years old. I don't know, she must have caught a cold or something. She didn't feel like coming down, but she's fine, healthy, and getting around good. This is a Hank Snow number. I'll just do a little bit of it, okay? I hope you like it. I do this for my wife when, you know, we're kind of bugging, but we never do that. Well, look who's coming through the door. I think we've met somewhere before. Hello, love. Hello, love. Where in the world have you been so long? I've missed you so since you've been gone. Hello, love. Hello, love. I've heard it said time and again, you often go back where you've been. I didn't really believe it was true, so I left the door unlocked for you. So make yourself feel right at home. I hope you plan on staying long. Remember, love. Remember love. Now you're back with me and my life's complete, so don't mind me if I repeat, hello love, hello love. I've heard it said time and again, you often go back where you've been. I really didn't believe it was true, so I left the door unlocked for you. Now make yourself feel right at home. I hope you plan on staying long. Remember, love, hello love. Now you're back with me and my life's complete, so don't mind me if I repeat, hello love, hello love, hello love.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's my pleasure to introduce the next performer. He's been introduced a lot. He's probably, well, he is. He's the first real big star in radio and recordings in what might be called now the country and western field, or hillbilly music, or folk songs. He used to get 100,000 fan letters a year.